Hey guys, happy Monday. For me, it's Monday. Some of you will be watching this tomorrow. Some of you will be watching it at the end of the week. Either way, it's going to be a great one. Hey, we're looking at Exodus chapter 14 today. And just before I get started, I just want to make a couple things. The first thing is, hey, don't forget about the men's dinner. It's October 2nd. Sign up. You're going to love it. I mean, Pat Gelsinger is perfect for our people, our guys, our culture, the whole thing that's going on, the whole world that we kind of live in and have our tentacles in, workplace, family, faith, the whole thing. He's great for your friends, your family, guys in your life, to bring them and show up. He's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. Today, we're looking at Exodus chapter 14. Like the last few weeks, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's just a lot of text. It's a lot of narrative. It's a lot of story. And I just don't have the time in these videos to read it. So I hope you're reading Exodus, the book of Exodus. By the way, I read Exodus last week, and I'm already halfway through Leviticus. I'm about to crush through Numbers. I mean, like, keep up, guys. No, I'm just kidding with you. Hope you're reading it. Read it a chapter at a time, a couple chapters at a time. It's honestly really engaging storytelling. Moses does a great job writing and telling the story. And remember, I mean, the Exodus, the story that we're looking at today, is the most referenced passage, the most referenced story in all of the scriptures. And so it's important to know it firsthand, to know it as a reader, so that when you see it referenced throughout the scriptures, it makes more sense. There's so many parts of the scriptures that tie together and make like the weaving of the scripture is really beautiful, and they really help with like biblical interpretation, and so you don't, rip things out of context. So anyway, last week we left off at Moses was about to go to Pharaoh, and he felt insecure, but he went anyway. And so when he goes to Pharaoh, he basically says, look, there's about to be these plagues that come over this entire land, and if you don't let my people go, like the plagues are going to take place and they're going to end poorly for you. So there's, a bunch of different plagues, and they kind of culminate with the Passover, which is the great plague of Egypt, which is where we get the holiday Passover, which is where we get the holiday Easter, which is Jesus is literally the firstborn son of God who died on behalf of the sins of the people. And the Passover, the original Passover, if you didn't cover your door with the blood of the lamb, I mean, you see what I'm saying? Jesus is the lamb. If you don't cover your door with the blood of the lamb, then the firstborn son of the family would die. So you can see all the crossovers there from the Gospels and the story of Jesus to that. But that was like the big plague that kind of took over Egypt, which, I mean, man, a longer conversation, honestly, on the killing of the firstborn. I think it's pretty gnarly. I honestly read it. It's Exodus chapter 12. I read it. I had to stop reading for like a day, thinking about like, man, like I don't really want to go down a rabbit hole about why would God do this, but I did for a little bit. And if you want to have a conversation on that, on why, that's totally a separate thing. But we kind of fast forward. After that happens, basically Pharaoh is like, there's this great mourning that takes place all over Egypt, and Pharaoh is like fed up, and is like, goes to Moses and is like, dude, get your people out of here. So then they just like, they all the Israelites, it's something or somewhere between 500,000 and 2 million. We're not sure what the number is, but they kind of load up and they exit out of out of Egypt. And instead of going like the easy way out of Egypt, which would basically be like if Egypt, like I wish I had a map. Let's say Egypt is here, and then like, I'm going to go farther. Egypt's here, and then there's, kind of the land of milk and honey, the land of the Canaanites, which is now currently Israel's here. There's this little strip. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this geographically. There's a little strip that would make it nice and easy to walk over. Instead, they go south, and there's this giant thing called the Red Sea right in the way. And so God says, you're going to go south. And you can imagine, I mean, the people of Israel must think Moses is insane. I mean, he's leading the people south. I'm sure they don't even know where they're going, but he's leading the people south, and they're headed towards the Red Sea, and they're about to cross the Red Sea, and this is kind of where the story pauses. This is where I want to be, right here. So, right when they leave, maybe like a couple hours after they leave, they're running, the Israelites are exodusing, see what I'm saying here? They're leaving Egypt, and Pharaoh is like, hold up. Why are we getting rid of these slaves? They were so helpful for us. We should go back and get these slaves. Go get our Israelite slaves. So they basically send an army. Pharaoh sends an army right here. It's Exodus 14, chapter 9. The Egyptians, all of Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and horsemen and troops, they pursued the Israelites, and they were about to overtake them as they camped by the sea. And the Pharaoh is approaching the Israelites, and the Israelites look up and they see Pharaoh. I mean, can you imagine? You're like a former slave, and you look up and you see just like Pharaoh and all of his army ready to come and sack you and bring you back. And this is the response of the people. Verse 11. They said to Moses, "Was it because there were no graves in Egypt that you brought us to the desert to die? What have you done to bring us out of didn't we say to you in Egypt, leave us alone? Let us serve the Egyptians. It would be better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert." And then Moses, this is where we're going to land right here. Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm. You will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You only need to be still." Okay. Last night, don't tell my wife. Please don't tell my wife I'm telling you this story. She was going to kill me. And I have I always get approval. I'm not getting approval about this story. So just if I find out that one of you told my wife this story, I'm going to hear about it, and I'll find out who it was. Anyway, here it is. It's not that bad. But basically, my wife is totally scared of the dark, and she always thinks there's an intruder in our house. And last night, this is a silly example, but it has a larger point. Last night, we're laying in bed. It's 3 a.m. She wakes me up. She says, "Hey, I'm scared. I feel like there's someone in our house." I get up, and she goes, "Can you get up and go downstairs and turn on the lights?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So I go downstairs. By the way, I don't do this every night. Sometimes she does this, and she'll get up and she'll go, "I guess I have to be the man of the house now," and go downstairs and turn on the lights and make sure no one's trying to kill us. I'm like, okay. But last night I said, I'll do it. So I get up, I come downstairs, I check in the backyard right here. I go in the front, kind of nope. Turns out I live in the safest town in the world. No one's at my door. So I leave a hall light on for her so that there's light down here. Just in case an intruder comes, there's a light on or whatever. Now, obviously there are break-ins and all these types of things, but you can imagine why I am not super scared of a break-in. We don't have a really big house. We don't live on a really public road. We live in Danville, which is ranked the safe. You get it. I don't need to explain it. I go back to bed. I lay down. And then the morning, we wake up this morning and we have this conversation. She's like, "Well, I don't know why I'm getting because she goes through stages of this. She'll get some anxiety about it, and then she'll be okay. She'll get some anxiety. She's never had any negative experiences in her past to warrant the fear, but she has this fear. So I don't know why I have this fear. So I said, okay, here's what we need to do. We need to put our trust in God. 100%, we need to put our trust in God. And I'm not doing the blanket statement of God's going to protect us and don't worry about anything. It's there is truth to that, but I don't want to use that excuse flagrantly when it doesn't apply. But in this specific case, I think there is enough of a case that we could make to say, do not be afraid, stand firm, The Lord will protect us. Just be still. And the point is this, Philippians chapter 4. It's like, in all things you do, pray, casting your anxieties onto the Lord, and the God of peace will come in, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and protect your mind in Christ Jesus. So here's kind of the main point. You and me are faced in situations on a regular basis where there are people in our circles and in our lives who have anxiety or fear about something. Is God going to provide for us? Are we going to be okay financially? Are the kids going to be okay when they go to school? Oh, so-and-so's experiencing some bullying in middle school. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to make it? So-and-so just lost their job. Like, are we going to be able to live here? Are we going to be able to support ourselves? Are we going to survive? Like, you get it. It's like, it can be a constant noise of anxiety and fear and worry, just like the Israelites had in this moment. And Moses, the leader of the Israelites, his example right here. His example is what we should be doing in all of our lives. When people say, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I don't think it's going to work out, the answer for that is, do not be afraid. Stand firm. We will see the deliverance the Lord will bring us. The Lord will fight for us. The Lord will fight for us. In this case, we only need to be still, right? Now, not every single time you need to be still. Sometimes you need to act and do something. But in this specific case, you just need to be still to the Israelites. And so here's kind of the action. Here, just pivot. I think you hear it. We should be men who are leaders like that. Like leaders like Moses. When things are not going our way, when things are stressful, when our kids are stressed out, when our wives are stressed out, when our work is having difficulty, when all, like, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. If you believe and you trust that what you're doing is to your best ability, following the will of God in your life, it's probably a key thing right there. You're following the will of God in your life, then God will protect you. He will watch over you, and he will comfort you. And even if something happens, God will be with you. This is what Moses does. You know what Moses does? He says, don't be afraid. Stand firm. You'll see the deliverance. And then Exodus 15. The Lord said to Moses, why are you crying to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Raise your staff. Stretch your hand over the sea. Divide the waters so the Israelites can go through the sea onto dry ground. You see what he does here? Moses says, listen up, everyone. We need to not be afraid and stand firm. God is going to fight for us. And you know how God fights for them? He looks at Moses and he says, I'm fighting for you. You know how I'm going to fight for you? Get in the water and open the seas, man. And so in the same way, it's like our job as men. Hey, the Lord, you go tell your kids, the Lord will fight for us. That we are going to find a way to make this thing happen. You as the man of your household, you as the man who is the business leader, as the person in your work environment, in your social circle, whatever. You go to the Lord and say, what am I to do? How can I help the situation? And the Lord will direct your path. He will show you a way. So, it's a little bit of a long video this morning, but the question is, where in your life do you have anxiety, sense kind of the stress where you need to go, I think I'm just going to trust in God. I'm going to go consult God, and he's going to tell me not to be afraid, and he's going to give me an action step. He's going to help me move through this thing so I can protect the anxiety and help bring peace into my family, into my work, into my situation. Okay, that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Later.